Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome to Dr. Case Academy. My name is Engineer Rahman Ali Khan. Let's start the part B of lecture number 12. And this part B of lecture number 12, we will discuss the sloping roof and its types and roof coverings and thermal insulation and waterproofing. Sloping roof. The roofs provided with considerable slope are called sloping roof. So a sloping roof is a type of roof that is built at an angle rather than being flat. This slope, also called the pitch, allows water, snow, and debris to sides up easily, which is especially useful in area with heavy rainfall or snowfall. So the purpose of sloping roof, we provide the sloping roof in area where it's snow. Sloping roof prevents the accumulation of snow. If snow collects on a flat roof, it can become very heavy and cause structure damage or leaks. So a sloping surface helps snow slides up naturally. And we provide the sloping roof where slopes roofs also improve water drainage, reducing the risk of leakage and water damage. So we provide the sloping roof for the purpose of rainwater drainage. Uh, and the third purpose of this is the slope design. So the degree of slope depends on how much snowfall is expected. And steeper slopes are used in area where heavy snowfall. Wide, gentler slopes are enough for place with light rain or snow. And the four purpose or feature which is depend on the slope of the roof is the architecture requirement. So in this, the slope also contribute to the look and style of a building, often reflecting local tradition or climate-based design. So now let's discuss different types of sloping roof. So sloping roof may be a shed roof, gable roof, hip roof, gambrel roof, mansard roof, north light roof. So we will discuss all the types in detail in the next slides. Shed roof. So a sloping roof having a slope only in one direction is called a shed roof. You can see in the figure, this is a shed roof. So it is the simplest type of sloping roof, like a flat roof tilted at an angle, and it is common use for small structures such as verandas, sheds, or extension of building. It is the simple and economical to construct. It is allow rainwater and snow to drain off easily on one side. Number second one is gable roof. So a sloping roof having a slope and two direction is called gable roof. You can see in the figure, and this the slope of the roof is in two direction, one in this and the other one is in this direction. So this two slopes are typically of equal length and pitch. So it is used we are popular in residential buildings, especially in cool or rainy climates. So the advantages of the gable roof are good for shedding water and snow, and it is offer more attic or loft spaces, and it provides better ventilation. The third one is a hip roof. So a sloping roof having slope and four direction is called hip roof. You can see in the figure, and this the roof are in four direction. One is this, and other side as well. So all sides are inclined, so there are no vertical gable walls, and it often used in bungalows and building in high wind or hurricane prone area. And the advantages of the hip roof are it's more stable and wind resistant than gable roof, and it gives a more compact and neat appearance. Gambrel roof. So a sloping roof having slopes in two directions with a break in the slope is known as gambrel roof. You can see in the figure, this is a gambrel roof. So it resembles a barn roof and provides more head room on the upper floor, and uh, commonly seen in barns, warehouses, and colonial style houses. The advantages of a gambrel roof are it offers more space in the attic or upper floor, and it good for area with moderate snow or rain. The fifth one is the mansard roof. So a sloping roof having slope in four direction with a brick and the slope is known as a mansard roof. You can see in the figure, this is the mansard roof. So It's seen in residential buildings, especially in urban area where adding extra floor are desired. The advantages of this roof are it maximizes usable interior space and it adds an extra story without raising the height of the structure much. The sixth one is the sawtooth or also called north light roof. So a sloping roof having a glazing fixed on the steep sloping sides of the roof is called sawtooth or north light roof. You can see in the picture. This is a mechanical department picture of UTP shower, which show the north light roof. And this the glazing are fixed in the sloping sides. So the shape looks like the teeth of a saw, hence the name. And it's commonly used in industrial buildings and factory to provide natural light. The advantages of such a building are it provides consistent natural daylight without glare, and it is ideal for workshops and production halls. So now let's discuss our different terminology used in the sloping roof. The first one is truss. So a framework of members arranged in a triangle. So a truss is a structure framework made of straight members uh, connected at joints to form triangle. So the triangle shapes are used because they are geometrically stable and can efficiently carry loads. The second one is ridge. So the highest line of the sloping roof at the intersection of two surfaces with an external angle greater than 180. So the ridge is the topmost horizontal line palm where two sloping roof surfaces meets. You can see in the figure this is the ridge, and the angle palm externally at the ridge is greater than 180. So the third one is valley. So the line of intersection of two surfaces of sloping roof. So a valley is an internal line of intersection between two sloping roof surfaces that meets at an angle. You can see in the figure this is the valley. So the external angle palm here is less than 180, and it acts as a channel to collect and direct rainwater to gutters up or down spots. Valley must be carefully waterproof to prevent leakage. Rafter. So a top member of truss is called rafter, also known as top guard of truss. You can see in the figure this is the rafter or top guard. So it supports the roofing material like sheets or tiles, and it transfers the roof loads like snow, wind, and self-weight to the truss joints or wall. The fifth one is purlin. So a horizontal member support on the top guard of the trusses and which supports covering. So you can see in the figure this is the purlin, and it provides intermediate supports for the roofing sheets or tiles, and it helps distribute the load from the roof covering onto the trusses or rafters. Pitch. So the inclination of the sides of a sloping roof to the horizontal surface is called pitch. You can see in the figure this is uh, pitch. This is a angle with the horizontal. So it is called pitch, and it can be expressed in degrees or as a ratio, uh, and it affects how well the roof sheds rainwater or snow, and it influences the design, aesthetics, and usable space under the roof. Eave board or fascia board. So a wooden board fixed along the eaves at the end of the card is known as eave board or fascia board. You can see in the figure this is the fascia or eave board. So it attached at the end of the top card or rafter, and its function is it gives the roof a neat finish, supports guttering systems, and it helps protect the building from weather exposure at the roof edge. The eighth one is span. So the length of the truss is known as span. You can see this the nominal span up to this, and the total overall length is known as overall length, and it defines how wide a space the truss covers, and at longer spans require stronger or deeper trusses. The ninth one is bay. So the distance between two trusses is known as bay. So it determines the spacing of trusses along the building length and affects how loads are distributed and how purlins are placed. So these are the terminologies which are used in sloping roof. So now let's discuss roof covering material. So following are material are used as roof covering. The first one is the thatch. So this made from dry grasses, straw, palm leaves, or reeds. You can see in the figure. This is a thatch roof. So it is used in traditional and eco-friendly, often used in rural or tropical areas, and it have good insulation and low cost and renewable. And the the disadvantages of this roof is it's not durable and need a frequent replacement. The second one is the slates, also called rocks. So it's a thin sheet of natural stones, usually slate rock, and it's used and are found in cool or mountainous region for steep roofs, and it is durable, fire resistant, and waterproof, and it has a natural elegant appearance. But it have some disadvantages, like it's heavy and expensive, and it requires strong structure support. The third one is tiles, are also called clay. So fire clay shaped into interlocking uh, or flat tiles. You can see in the figure, this is the clay tiles, and it have a long lasting or fire resistance and provide good insulation, and it is aesthetically pleasing. But there are some disadvantages of this clay tile, which are fragile and can break under impact, and it heavier than metal sheet. So the fourth one is asbestos cement sheets. So it is a mix of asbestos fiber and cement pressed into sheets, and it is used in industrial shed, rural building, and low cost housing. You can see in the figure, this is a asbestos cement sheets. So it have fire resistance, lightweight, and cheap qualities, and it uh, the disadvantages of these roofs are health hazard due to asbestos, and it can become brittle and crack over time. The last one is galvanized iron sheet. So it is a steel sheets coated with zinc to prevent rusting. You can see in the figure, this is a galvanized iron sheet roof, and it is widely used in industrial buildings, warehouses, sheds, and even modern homes. So it is strong, lightweight, and corrosion resistant, and it is easy to install and transport. But some disadvantages of this are it's noisy during rain and poor thermal insulation unless insulated from inside. So now let's discuss thermal insulation and waterproofing. Waterproofing. So it is a process of making the roof resistant to water so that no leakage or seepage occurs into the building. So a gentle slope on the roof surface helps water flow towards drain instead of collecting. So a slope of 0.25 to 0.5% means that the roof drops 2.5 to 5 per meter of length. So this small slope is enough to prevent water stagnation, especially on flat or low pitch roofs. And rainwater pipes or drain outlets are installed to collect and discharge rainwater. So these pipes are connected to the roof at the lowest point to ensure smooth water flow. And without proper drainage, even a small amount of water can cause leakage, cracks, or structural damage over time. So coughing is the protective top layer placed on the parapet wall uh, to prevent water from entering the wall. It has a slope or curved surface to shed rainwater away from the wall. And a drip course is a small group or projective under sunshades or chajas. So it stops rainwater from clinging to the surface and flowing back into the walls. So directing it to the drip up cleanly. And hard bitumen layer. So a layer of hard bitumen water proof black substance is applied on the roof as a sealant. So it creates a watertight barrier under tiles or concrete skirts. So in this alternative includes modern waterproofing material like membrane, liquid coating, or polythene sheet. So polythene sheet acts as an extra barrier to stop water from reaching the concrete slab. So these properties or these methods protect the structure from water damage, increasing the life of the roof and help maintain indoor comfort. Thermal insulation. So thermal insulation is a method of reducing heat transport into the building, especially from roofs which receives direct sunlight. This help keep the interior cool in summer and warm in winter, reducing energy consumption. So we can do thermal insulation by providing about 4-inch thick and filling followed by 1.5-inch thick brick tiles in a cement sand mortar. So the mud layer, which is 4-inch, acts as a natural insulator. It has a high thermal mass, meaning it absorbs heat slowly during the day and releases it slowly at night. And the brick tile of thickness 1.5-inch laid over the mud using cement sand mortar gives a durable finished surface that also protects the mud layer. So this traditional method is cost effective and widely used in South Asia. Or a mud may be replaced with thermopore sheet. So thermopore sheet can be used as a modern alternative to mud. These are lightweight synthetic insulation board that prevents heat from penetrating into the roof slab. So it is easy to install and more consistent than natural material. Thermal insulation may also be achieved through false ceiling. So false ceiling is a suspended secondary ceiling below the main roof. It creates an air gap which reduces the direct heat transfer from the slab to the roof. So it often made from a material like gypsum board, uh, PVC or fiber board. So it can also improve aesthetics and sound insulation. So one or two coats of whitewash are also very effective. So whitewashing the roof surface reflects most of the sun rays. It reduces heat absorption, acting as a passive cooling method. So it is very simple and low cost. It may need re-application over time. So all these methods help reduce indoor temperature, increase comforts, and lower the needs for air conditioning or fans. Thank you very much for hearing me. If you have any question, you can ask in comment.